Hare Krishna. Welcome devotees to the Gita Daily session. Thanks for joining. So today we are going to discuss two shlokas from the ninth chapter, 9.26 and 27. So let's take the blessings of the Lord, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadramaya, Sudarshan, Lakshmi Narsimade, Gaurnitai, Panchatattva. Let's pray that by their blessings we shall understand the transcendental topics of Bhagavad Gita. So let's recite the prayers together. Om Adnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Namah Vishnupadaya Krishnapreshthaya Bhudale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamin Idinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So let's dedicate the session to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness, by whose tireless effort this spiritual knowledge has been spread throughout the world. And he also presented the Bhagavad Gita in a way that which we can apply practically in our day-to-day life. So let's thank Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So let's recite the shlokas. Today's shlokas is 9.26 and 27. So first we'll recite the shloka 26. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti upahritam ashnami prayadatmana. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit or water, I will accept it. 9.27. Yat karoshi yadashnashi yad juhoshi dadasi yat tapasyasya kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. Word to word meaning Patram, a leaf, Pushpam, a flower, Phalam, a fruit, Toyam, water, Ya, whoever, may unto me, Bhaktya, with devotion, Prayachati, offers, Tad, that, Aham, I, Bhakti Upahritam, offered in devotion, Ashnami, accept, Prayata Atmanaha, from one in pure consciousness. The word to word meaning of second shloka. Yad, whatever, Karoshi, you do, Yat, whatever, Ashnashi, you eat, Yad, whatever, Jehoshi, you offer, Dadasi, you give away, Yad, whatever, Tavasyasya, austerities you perform, Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, that, Kurushwa, do, Mad unto me, Arpanam, as an offering. So these two shlokas, the Lord actually is directly giving us how we can actually worship the Lord and how the Lord is easily pleased, right, by our simple endeavor. So in the first sloka, it is mentioned, oh, if you offer with love and devotion. So in this sloka, the bhaktya word is repeated twice, right? So what is important actually to understand is that the Lord actually is looking at the devotion or the bhava, of what you're offering, not the value of the item which you're offering, right? So now let's discuss this sloka in a little more detail. So we have been discussing ninth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, right? The last few sessions we have been discussing ninth chapter, and in this chapter actually the Lord actually is giving the topmost knowledge or most confidential knowledge to Arjuna, right? So in the last session we discussed about how all the paths doesn't lead to the same destination. Generally, there's a misconception. No? Whatever path I take, it's fine. Ultimately, I will reach the same destination, which is not right. So we have seen in the last shloka that no ayandi deva vrita devan. So basically, we saw that based on our desire, right? Ultimately, everything will depend on your desire. So if you desire to worship the demigods for material benefits, then you will get the material benefits, or no, or you may attain the planet of demigods. If you accordingly, based on the object of worship, you attain the destination, right? We have seen that, and whoever worship Krishna, he will return to the Lord's abode, right, which is permanent. So the point we understood is that all the things which we achieve in the material world, right, they are temporary because the material world itself is temporary. So it is like, moving from a third class jail to a first class jail. But nevertheless, you are in the jail. So an intelligent person will come to try to get out of the jail completely, right? So this is what we saw. So now today's sloka, the Lord actually is explaining or giving information how one can actually worship the Lord in a very simple way. So the simplicity of devotional service. Earlier also we have seen, no, so sugum kartum avayam, Krishna says. This process is very joyfully performed and it's very simple. So what actually Lord is asking is that patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachari tadaham bhakti ubagridam ashnami prayadatmana. So if one offers a leaf, right, a flower, a water, right, or a fruit, with that actually the Lord is satisfied, right? So here we need to understand that whatever we are offering is for the Lord, is not for the Lord actually, right? It's for our own purification, because see, the Lord, we know, I've seen that he doesn't need anything. He's completely self-satisfied and self-sufficient. No, he is known as Atmaram, and he is the proprietor of everything, right? Bhoktaram yadna tapasam sarva loga maheshwaram suhritam sarva bodhanam natwamam shantinachari. So he is the well-wisher and he is the proprietor of all the material, and no, it means aham sarvasya prabhava matta sarvam pravartade, right? So basically the Lord actually is the proprietor of everything. He has created everything, the entire creation. So he doesn't need anything that way. But then on the contrary, the Lord actually is seeing our bhava, right? What actually our attempt or our devotional service is what actually the Lord sees. So just like, sometimes we see that a small child, right? A small child may offer something to the father or mother, right? Maybe the father only has bought some sweets or something, but the child may, out of love, he may give a small part to the father. So then the father is very happy because, no, even though he only provided it, but the father is seeing the bhava of the child, right? So he becomes very pleased. Similarly, the Lord actually is the supreme father, and he actually is waiting for an opportunity for how to bring this conditioned soul, who has forgotten me in this material world, how to bring back to me. So the Lord actually is bhava grahi janardana, right? He is seeing the bhava of the devotee. He is seeing an opportunity. What is the mood of the devotee, right? What is his bhava? So this is what actually the Lord is seeing. So if anything is offered to the Lord, even very simple things, the Lord actually is accepting that, right? So another thing point is that the Lord has mentioned what kind of things he wants, or he prefers, right? Or so he mentioned patram pushpam phalam toyam. So Lord actually doesn't say like, no, give like mamsa or no egg. He's not telling that, right? So he's asking for all this sattvic food. So this is also an indication that, it is always better to be like better to be like a vegetarian, right? So the idea is not to become a vegetarian. Basically we have to offer everything to the Lord and eat, so that the karmic reaction is destroyed, right? Otherwise we have seen, in the earlier chapter, that yajna shishtash, sande mochinde sarva kilbishai, right? So when one eats the remnants of the sacrifice or the food which is offered to the Lord, then he is free from the karmic reaction. Otherwise, everything that is in the material world, there is a karmic reaction. So even actually that way, even the plants also have life, right? This is some argument. So from that perspective, and even without knowing, when we cook also some organisms are killed. So the whole point is that first of all we should follow the Lord's instruction. So Lord actually is asking us to offer only this kind of sattvic food, right? And secondly, whatever actually we are eating has to be offered to the Lord, so that it becomes purified, and we don't get the reaction, karmic reaction, even vegetarian food also. So the point is that, yeah, so the Lord actually is seeing our simplicity, right, at what we are offering. And second thing is that, basically we need to offer according to our capacity, yada shakti, right? So let's say if you are very rich, with lot of opulence, lot of money, then it is not appropriate, no, just offer water and leaf, right? We can offer much more to the Lord, so then we should offer more. So according to our capacity, the Lord actually seeing, our mood, as I mentioned, right? And also the Lord is also seeing what you are holding back. Lord not only sees what you are giving to him, he sees what you are holding back, right? So according to our yada shakti, we should offer to the Lord, right? So that is the point. But then if somebody is poor, no, or we are in a situation that actually we are not able to get something to offer to the Lord, then we can offer very simple thing. No, in the worst case, we can offer water actually, right? So this is always available. Right? If otherwise, we can offer leaf, flower, and fruit. So this point is very important to understand, that the Lord actually is, Lord understands our situation because He is there in our heart, right? As Paramatma, right? So He understands our situation, and accordingly, the Lord accepts whatever we actually offer to Him. The second shloka is telling that we can offer everything to the Lord, right? So these are the things we can offer with bhakti. But if somebody probably doesn't have bhakti in the beginning, then for such persons, what is recommended is that they can offer the results of everything what they are doing, right? So yat karoshi yad ashnashi yad juhoshi dadasi yat tapasyasya kaunteya tat kurushvam adarpanam. So yat karoshi, whatever all actions, all work, right? So for example, the work actually we do, right? We work in the company or office, uh, so or we cook at home. So whatever we work, so for example, when we work in the office, the result of the work actually we can give it to the Lord. So the result of the work is the money that we get, right? So this money, one part of our money we can offer to the Lord, right, as our offering, so that that is purified, the result, the karma. Otherwise, actually, whatever work we do also has karmic reaction, because no work no is free from karma. For example, no, if you are working for a company, right, who develops a software, and the software can be used in various purposes. For example, no, the software may be used to make money, and even the software is used in a what do you call that? Basically a slaughterhouse, right? A slaughterhouse is nowadays in many places the slaughterhouses are automated, right? They kill the cows and other animals, no, in a like a factory. So the software may be used there. So basically, indirectly, you take a part of the karma, right? Similarly, anything. Most of the businesses are cheating, right? They are cheating the people some way or other. For example, in the pharma industry, you see there is huge margin, right? So knowingly or unknowingly, somehow or other, any work we do, right? Even if you work in a government office, no, there is a lot of corruption. So one way or other, every action is with faults in the material world. So so what we can do is that when we take that money from that employer, there is a karmic reaction in that. So when we offer a part of our result, no, then actually there is a purification which is happening in the result. So this way, it is recommended for our own purification to offer something, right? So again, Lord doesn't need money, right? This same question we had earlier. So how the money can be used in the service of the Lord in the way that it can be used for preaching, because see, this spiritual knowledge is very valuable for every humanity. We have seen that, no, if you give some money, right, or somebody who is poor, no, if you give some dress, or you make a house for them, or a poor child is there, you take you adopt the child and take care of his education, or somebody is needs a lot of money for treatment. So we may contribute money, but all these things are still at the material, at the bodily platform, right? Because if you solve that problem of that jiva, again in the next life, no, he may again get born into another family, right, and he may get another disease, or he may become poor. So these problems of the life, no, these material problems will are perpetual, they cannot be permanently solved, because that is how the material world is designed, no, so that the jiva becomes frustrated. So the real jiva daya, right, or compassion to the soul, is to give the spiritual knowledge. Because when you give the spiritual knowledge, the jiva actually can get free from the cycle of birth and death. Permanently he can get relief from this miseries of the material world. So that is the biggest. So how we can help give the spiritual knowledge? Either you can directly preach, or no, you can help those who are preaching. So we have various temples, right, where actually the Bhagavatam classes and other spiritual discourses happen, right? So if you can give a contribution to the temples, so that no, they can have better facility for preaching, right? There will be deities. Money is required for the deity worship, no, like beautifully decorating the Lord. So various ways money are required, in the preaching mission also, right? So if we can give that money, and then we become, no, we become part of that particular service. So this way we can purify our karma, whatever money we earn. So similarly, everything, right? So eating, no, yeah, sacrifices, charity, whatever actually we do, we can offer the result to the Lord by remembering the Lord. So moving forward, yeah. So one more thing is that, no, there is a concept of yukta vairagya. So vairagya actually means uh, that actually, renouncing the things, right? So some one way of looking at it, that no, because I am renounced, I don't need anything. Like I will not use the technology. Like no, I will walk. I will not use the car, or you will not use any vehicle. So this is one way of renunciation. But another way of renunciation which Acharyas gives us is called yukta vairagya. So what is that means? Because everything is an energy of the Lord, right? Even all the so-called discoveries on the facilities, they are also energies of the Lord. So we can use everything in the service of the Lord. So this is no, rather than just rejecting the thing, we can use it. So our Acharya Srila Prabhupada, no, he was a good example. So earlier there was some conception, no, like sadhus actually they did not use motor vehicles, right? So they will walk wherever they go. But then Prabhupada actually utilize everything in the service of the Lord. So you, for example, use a dictaphone for recording his lectures, right? Which actually now is available to all the devotees. Then he used to take flight. No, he had circumambulated the world many times. So if he had just decided to walk, it is not possible to to reach so many places. So he used everything, all the facilities available to him. Sometimes some people criticize Srila Prabhupada, saying that no, why are you using so rich, very valuable. Hare Krishna devotees. Sorry again, no, there is a connection issue. Uh, so I'm not sure why it happens every time. Okay, so let's continue the discussion. Yeah, so I was talking about Yukta Vairagya, right? So basically, rather than just rejecting everything, material facilities, we can use everything in the service of the Lord. So Prabhupada actually was an example, right? So how to utilize everything in the service of the Lord. But then we have to be careful that we don't try to make it as an excuse to have comforts, right? So we have to be careful there. But then nevertheless, the concept of Yukta Vairagya is to use everything in the service of the Lord. So now we look at as a small example from the scriptures how the Lord actually is really looking at is a Bhavagrahi Janardana. So here this story is part of Mahabharata where where the Lord was invited to by Duryodhana for actually a grand feast because no Duryodhana wanted to please the Lord so that no he can get him on his side. And he prepared a huge feast with so many items, everything in a golden plate. But the Lord actually knew the heart of Duryodhana. No, actually, he did not have bhakti or a devotion to the Lord. So, Lord actually did not accept that invitation, but rather he goes to Vidura. Vidura, who is a pure devotee of the Lord, right? And at Vidura's home, when Lord reached, Vidura was not there at that time because Lord did not announce in advance, and he visits the house. So, Vidura's wife was there. She was also very much devoted to the Lord. So, in her ecstasy of seeing the Lord, and getting the opportunity to serve the Lord, so Vidra's wife became completely overwhelmed with actually devotion, and in that mood, actually she did not get no, she did not prepare. There was no preparations available, so only some bananas were there. So Vidra's wife will go and fetch the bananas, and because of the ecstasy, right, and her devotion, so she was like in a trance. So he was looking at the Lord with great devotion actually, and then so each banana she was peeling, and instead of giving the banana, she was giving the banana peel to the Lord, right? So this was going on, and the Lord actually was happily eating the banana peel. But when Vidura comes, he was surprised or stunned to see this. And then actually, when after informing, Vidura's wife came to know that she was doing this. So so from this actually what we have to understand this example is that the Lord actually is only looking, he's not really seeing what actually you're offering, but what is your mood, right? We also have seen the story of Shabari, right, where actually she was waiting for a long period Lord Ram to arrive, and she was also just offering simple fruits, right? And she was actually, it was mentioned that she was tasting the fruit and then giving because she wanted to ensure that only the best fruit is given to Lord Ram. But nevertheless Lord Ram was eating. So so here actually we can see the Lord is just seeing the bhava, or mood, actually what is our mood, right? And he's satisfied with whatever simple offerings we are able to give. So let's try to wrap up today's session. So what are the key takeaways? So understanding this concept of the Lord, how Lord is pleased with simple offering, let us start applying in our daily life, right? Let's offer something to the Lord daily. So let's make a practice that we can offer one of these things, right? So some flowers every day we can offer to the Lord, right? If I hope we have a small altar at home, right? Or we can just have the picture of the Lord, and every day we can offer some flowers, or no, we can offer milk. We can start offering the milk, whatever milk actually we buy, right? Before using it for cooking, making other things like tea or coffee, whatever so we can first offer the milk, to the Lord. So that actually we start purifying, or we can offer water actually also if you don't have milk. So this is the starting process, no starting point. So I offer something to the Lord daily, right? But then gradually we can come to a stage where no anything we eat, we can offer everything. First, we can cook something nicely, which are actually sattvic food. Then we can before tasting them, we can have separate plates for the Lord, and we can put tulsi and offer everything that we are actually cooking at home, and then eat that as prasadam. So that will completely purify us. But if you are not able to come to that standard, then at least offer whatever is simple things is possible. Some flour, water, or milk. No, we can offer. Then actually, we have to how we can serve the Lord also by taking care of the children, right? As from the family perspective, we have a responsibility. It is mentioned that no one who is not considered as a father or a mother, if they are not able to deliver the child from the clutches of Maya. So it is our duty to take care of child and teach them spiritual knowledge in such a way that they also are become free from the cycle of birth and death. So this is also a service and an offering to the Lord, right? So this is something. And then from a professional life, I already discussed what we can do, right? The results of our job or activity, which actually is the money that we gain, that actually some part of our money we can donate to the service of the Lord, right? So that our karma, the reactions are it become purified actually the results. So this way we can apply these learnings in our day-to-day life. So with that, I think we come to end of our time. So are there any questions, devotees? They can unmute and ask. If somebody wants to leave, they can leave also. Krishna. If there are no questions, we'll end here. Let's chant Hare Krishna Maha three times. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we'll end the session here. Thanks all of you for joining. We'll meet again tomorrow morning. Hare Krishna.